Welcome to my channel. Today we're back with another crochet tutorial. I'm going to be making this mini turtle. You can hang it on bags or as a desk decor. I'll be showing you how to crochet this step by step and include some tips along the way. And as always, timestamps are included in the descriptions below. Alright, so for this crochet project, these are the materials that you will need to prepare. 2 colors of yarn. Okay, I'm using green and beige. I have also prepared the 3.5 mm hook, some stitch markers, your yarn snip, yarn needle. I've also prepared some safety eyes and stuffings. Now let's do a quick run through of how we're going to be crocheting these. Okay, let me just grab a turtle. Okay, so the turtle consists of the shell, 4 legs, the head, and the body. Alright, so this is how we're going to be crocheting. We're going to be crocheting the head of the turtle first. Then we'll do these legs, there are 4 of them. Then we're going to do the body and the shell. And then we'll end off the video with putting everything together. Okay, let's start with the head of the turtle. To start, we're gonna do a magic ring. Followed by 4 single crochet. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're gonna tighten the magic ring. So this is 1 and 1 end. Pull. Okay, so this one is moving. We're gonna pull the other end. Make sure it's tightened. Pull. Alright, pull back the hook. And stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, stitch this one. So sometimes if you cannot count, right, just count backwards. Because this is too small, so I'm not going to be using stitch markers here. Okay, done. Then what we're going to do next is to do an increase. So do a chain first. Increase. One. Put a stitch marker. Same stitch. 2. Okay, next stitch. 3, 4. Okay, so this one is around 4 stitches already. I'm gonna cut off the excess yarn. Okay, then continue 2 more times. 2. Okay, 1 more. 1, 2. That's the last stitch. Put the stitch marker. Stitch into the first one. Okay, to start off the next row, what we're going to do is chain first, do a single crochet, put back your stitch marker, and then do an increase. 2. Okay, do 3 more times. So single crochet,
increase, chain, increase, chain, increase, put back your stitch marker, slip stitch, like this. Next, for the fourth row, we are not going to do any increase or decrease, we'll just be doing single crochet for the entire round. Pull back the stitch marker, slip stitch. For the next row, start off with a chain again, single crochet, and then this time do a decrease. Okay, pull out, pull through, second one, third one, fourth one. Okay, and then you slip stitch to the first one to close it off. Okay, so now before we do the last row, we are gonna be attaching the safety eye. So I'm taking back the turtle to show you guys. So right now you have crocheted like that, right? So it basically is gonna be like that, and this will be the head. Okay, we are gonna be attaching the eyes here, and it will be around the magic ring. Okay, so basically what we're gonna do is take your magic ring and poke through Alright, make sure you like the placement of the eye, and then basically you want to secure it at the back. Okay, so just pull this out a little bit so you can access the back part. Okay, so just want to I just want to show you like that. Take the stopper, press it in, do the same for the other eye. Like that. Okay, so you can see that the hole is a little bit small. You will want to put some stuffings in before you work on the last row. Okay, if it's too much, just buck it up like that. Okay, and now we are ready for the last row. So pull back your hook and then tighten it. The last row of the head is basically 4 decreases, so just chain and we're just gonna count, okay? 4 decreases. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that. Okay. And just count backwards 1, 2, 3, 4, slip stitch into the first stitch. Like that. Okay. Once you're done, cut off the excess yarn. Make sure to leave quite a long tail and then pull out everything. And you're basically done with the head. Next, we're gonna do the legs. Okay, I'm gonna show you how to do one of it, and then we're just gonna replicate that 3 more times. Okay, to start, just do a magic ring. Followed by 4 single crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Tighten the magic ring. Okay, this one is moving, so you pull the other side. Cool. Okay. Put back your hook. Tighten it. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Slip stitch into the first one. Both hooks. Then for the second row, do a chain first and then do 4 increases. So single crochet, 1, put a stitch marker here, do another one, 2, okay. In the next stitch, do another increase, okay. Now we have 4 stitches, then we cut off the excess yarn so it's easier to see. Continue. Here's the third one. And the last one. One more. And then slip stitch. Okay. To end off, cut off the yarn. Make sure you leave a long tail also. You can, and then pull. Okay. You can see that it's curved back in. We don't want it like that. We want it to curl out. So you just make it sure it's like that. Okay. And this will be your leg. Just replicate 3 more times. And tada! This is how your legs will look like. So we already have 1 head and 4 legs. We're gonna move on to the body of the turtle. Alright, let's start with the body of the turtle. We're gonna do the bottom part first. Okay, so to start off, magic ring. And do 6 single crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Tighten the magic ring. Put back your hook. Slip stitch. To start the next row, do a chain first, and we are just gonna do 6 increases, okay? So 1. This time, we're gonna put a stitch marker. Another increase. Continue. So around 4 stitches, we're gonna cut off the excess yarn. Three, 4, 5, 6. Put a stitch marker, slip stitch. Next row, do a chain again, single crochet, followed by an increase. Increase. Stitch marker. Okay. And then slip stitch to end off the row. Now for the last row, no increase and decrease, we're just gonna be doing single crochets. Out the stitch marker, last one, okay, and then slip stitch, pull. Make sure to leave a long tail and pull out. Okay, bottom done. Okay, next for the shawl, I'm changing to the green yarn. The first 3 rows is exactly the same as how we are gonna do the bottom. Alright, so we're just gonna replicate that. Okay, so for the 4th row, this is where it starts to be different when we do the bottom. For the 4th row this time round, we're continuing the increase. So we're doing single crochet, single crochet, and then an increase. Okay, so single crochet, single crochet, and increase, and we're basically gonna repeat this 4 more times. Slip stitch to close off the row. Alright, for the last row of the shawl, we are not going to be doing any increases or decreases. We're simply going to do single crochet for all the entire circumference. Alright. to close off the shell, slip stitch. And leave a long tail for sewing. Pull out. And we are done. Okay, right now we have all the parts prepped and ready. We have the head, 4 legs, the bottom, and the shell. Okay, there are 2 methods that you can go about doing this. For the demo, I'm only going to do one, but I want to explain. Okay, so the first method, which we will not be doing, is that what you can do is to connect the body first and then sew the legs and head to it. The second method, which I will be demoing, is that we are going to sew the head and the legs to the shell first, before putting the shell on top. Alright, so you can do both methods, but I just prefer the second method. So now let's slowly sew the legs and the head to the shell. Okay, I'm starting with the head first. Okay, make sure the shell is facing the correct side. And you're sewing in, okay? Honestly, don't complicate this too much. You just need to secure them in place. I like to do a lot of like double knot inside the shell because since we are covering it, no one is going to see. So once I attach the head, I will just come back. Okay. And then I will leave it in like that first. Okay. Then I'm gonna do one leg. Say I start from this side, okay? So that's the leg. Make sure that I sew it in. So it looks something like that. And then what I like to do is to do a double knot. Because it's at the inside, we are going to cover it with the shell anyways. No one is going to see it if it's like very messy inside. Okay? Because double knot is like the most secure way for me. So I like to do it like that. Okay? You see all these long tail, don't cut it off first. We are going to be using them for the other legs. So we're just gonna repeat the same thing, okay? Okay, so now we're gonna slowly trim all of these. Make sure that it's shorter, okay? You might want to do a few more just to make it extra secured. Like just do a few more double knots before cutting them off. Okay. So I'm gonna slowly cut them off. We are cutting them off instead of like putting them as a stuffing, just so that we can see the shell better and be easier to attach the shell later. Okay, so now they are smaller, just put it inside, hide them a little bit. Can you see this long tail that we have left for the bottom? And for the shell we also have a long tail. Okay, so basically you need to choose whether you want to sew with this or sew with this. If you're sewing with this, then you can hide this yarn, and if you're sewing with this, then you can hide this yarn. I'm gonna sew with the green color, so I'll be hiding this beige color yarn inside. So basically I'm just gonna sew it in, hide it a little. Before we go to the shell, okay? So one more, not in yet. Go in. So what we can do here is actually do a knot sew. If you want, just a simple one like this, pull. Then another one if you want. Okay, and then that's about it. Cut off. Hide the yarn. Now basically the turtle is looking like that and the shell is on top. Okay, so we're gonna sew this onto the turtle so it looks like a turtle. Okay, using the yarn needle again, we're just gonna slowly sew it. Okay, so here's a little tip. I like to start with the head so we can end with the head, and because there's a head there, it will cover up the starting and ending point, which makes it looks better. Okay, and I'll be only sewing it on the back loop so that it looks nicer. So go through in, put the shell in place, go through the back loop, and find the front loop of the shell. Okay, and slowly sew it. Okay, now that we are nearing the end, you can see that it's a bit flat, right? What we're gonna do is to stuff some stuffing before we continue sewing it off, okay? Okay, once you're satisfied with it, just continue sewing. Okay, you can see that a bit of stuffing is coming through. Just push it back in. Final sew. Alright. Okay, so we are almost done. Now that we have sewed the shawl, we just need to hide these yarns. Okay, so again, a small trick, just go through the shawl. Okay, cut it off. Hide this one. Okay, the back of the needle is a really great tool to like slowly pull it off. Okay. And we're basically done. Isn't it so cute? And that's it. If you found this crochet tutorial helpful, make sure to hit that like button below. And if you love crochet tutorials like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you know when a new one is out. Thanks for watching.